What's up, everybody? Happy Friday night. Can you hear me? I'm seeing some people in the chat. What up, Sonia? What up, Randy? GH, Ellie, what up? AJ Lewis is here. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I was just messing with a bunch of settings. Hopefully there's no echo on the mic. I think it's okay. Capoyas, what's up? Dreambert, what up? Diego's in here. Whoa, Diego, what up? Daniel, what's up? All right, happy Friday night to everybody. I was off last week. Last week was Linda's birthday weekend. I'm still trying to recover. We ate really good food. We played a lot of pickleball, put a couple of miles on her car, just driving around. Let me make sure it's working. Does it look like... Can anybody notice anything being different that I need to check? All right, thank you for the ones. I see the ones. Right before I start, I'm a little bit late tonight. I was messing with a couple settings. I think it's dialed in. We'll see. Cindy, what up? Ali the Great. You're dodging us. We ended up going. So anybody that hangs out with me on the weekends, we drive by this cafe that's in downtown Denver. It's called Sam's Number 3. And Brandon from the chat and Felzu threw the tip in. So we went and ate there for the first time. It's the first time I've ever been there. From what I was gathering, it's been there for a long time, probably 100 years. So it's pretty epic that I've never been to it. Never really even heard about people going there. I've just driven by it a couple times. People were saying it was good. Linda had French toast and I had biscuits and gravy. Linda's French toast was a little bit too well done for her, so I got a lot of hers as well. And then we went to Putt Shack right after and played a bunch of rounds of golf. What up, Gracie? What up, KD? Michael Simpson might be here. What up, Michael? All right, we're going to hang out tonight. I'll kind of let you guys decide what we do for Saturday night. I'm not sure if I'm going to drive yet or stay in. A bunch of different options. I was watching this earlier, live cam in Dublin. This is one that you really have to kind of scroll back and see when it was popping, but it's cool just to look at these live spots all over. This is Dallas. I was checking out this building over here earlier. They have a bunch of different light shows that go on. I wonder how much that cost them to do that. These buildings are really pretty back here. I like when they just do the outline too. Wu-Tang Life, what up? JB, biscuits and gravy. So I've been making my own biscuits and gravy. I want to say about 6 months, maybe longer, maybe about a year to 6 months. And the reason that I've been doing it myself is because I like to do Morningstar sausage, which is like fake sausage. And then I'll pretty much burn it. By anybody else's standards, it's burnt. By my standards, it's just browned. But I like a well done breakfast sausage. I just like it to have just a little crunch. Most people hate that and make fun of me for that, but it's okay. And then in the gravy, I put just a little bit more pepper than people would normally like. My dad put pepper on everything growing up, and for some reason it's not quite right until it's just got that little kiss of pepper. So I do my own biscuits and gravy a lot of the time. I do my own iced tea and lemonade too. I put my own spearmint. I've been putting 1 bag of peach tea in with my unsweetened iced tea lately. It's so good. Muy refresco. Desert Rose, what up? Hey, everyone recovering from surgery. Hey, hope you're feeling all right. I was just thinking today that I've had a decent run with my medical stuff. I've had kidney stones in the past. I've had a lot of crazy stuff going on with my teeth. Ripped a calf muscle. Just all kinds of random injuries. And I was thinking about it today. I was like, I'm actually in pretty good shape right now. Things are running on all cylinders. Amy Zellers, what up? Turtle Butt, what up? All right, let me see what else. This was a Bellagio cam that I was watching earlier. Has anybody ever seen these? they switch these out a lot, and these are all flowers. Okay, well, I guess I can zoom in a little bit. The majority of the time, almost everything that you see is flowers, and it just smells like super fragrant. This is in the Bellagio Hotel in Vegas. This waterfall feature looks pretty epic. Here, I'll move my camera a little bit. Hey, Todd Carnifax member for 31 months. What up, Todd? Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. What's the weather like where you're at, Todd? It's a little bit rainy here tonight. It hasn't rained yet, but it feels like it's going to rain. Scooter Orr member for 35 months in my gallon. Hey, what up, Scooter? Good to see you, man. What's a gallon of gas where you are, Scooter? I'm going to guess 278. Just binged The Pit. Ooh, is that good? I've heard about that. The current shows I'm watching right now, we just finished Australian Survivor. That was amazing. We're current on Alien Earth. I don't know if anybody else is watching that. It's okay. It started out being really promising, and now it's like all right. This is in New York. I have the house all to myself tonight. I had to go right before I was going to start the stream. I heard this sound that sounded like a jet engine kicking up. It's my air because I'm in a lower level and I have all the air vents turned off. And since I have them pushed flat, they kind of whistle. And so I had my headset on, I adjusted the settings, I was getting ready, and I just heard this. I had to run up, turn the air off. When I ran up, my cat was like, oh, he remembered to throw me some treats. So I had to give him some treats. Sometimes, like, the cheat code for my cat is if I throw him a couple treats right before the stream, sometimes he'll then go to his little sleeping spot by the kitchen and spend a little time there. If I don't give him treats, then he's just like lobbying for treats the whole time. So that's his little like cheat code right now. This is one of my favorite cams right here. This is live in New Orleans. For a while, I stopped watching live streams. I watched them for 3 or 4 years straight, maybe 4 or 5 years straight. I got just a little bit burnt out. It's about a year ago that I moved to Colorado, and so I've just kind of been reliving the whole experience, thinking about everything, and it's just so chill being here. And now that I'm here and now that I'm just a little bit more relaxed, I do like watching live streams again. I've started just kind of slowly dipping my toe back in the waters. One of them that I was watching earlier, let me see if she's still alive. It's a girl that live streams in Japan. Very interesting. I love people watching. I love to travel. I think Japan is my favorite place that I've been so far. This is her stream. And I'll post the link so that you can check out the whole thing. She just stopped and is watching like a drum show on the street. gonna post her link over here. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit. It's been a while since I've been to Japan. When I was there, tons of street performances. Amazing stuff. They're very traditional over there. This kind of reminds me of Hawaii, something you'd see in Hawaii. So green and so pretty there. Yeah. The last time that I had plans to go to Japan was in 2020, and then they restricted all the travel. I was supposed to go out for the Olympics, and then I ended up not going when they rescheduled it. That would have been so cool. This kid looks young. I put the full link in the chat. If you want to go check her out, please show her some support. She looks pretty young. She's in Japan and she was live streaming, just kind of walking around earlier. Half of it was in Japanese and half of it was in English. So if you're watching it and you're thinking that you're not going to understand it all, it's probably true, but she'll at least do English sometimes and you can check that part out. I'm not sure how well the closed captioning works. Now that AI is getting better, they're doing a better job with closed captioning, live closed captioning. One thing I loved about Japan, it had really good cell signal everywhere. Not a huge place. And so they have enough resources and technology to get a strong cell phone signal pretty much everywhere. We were doing the local carrier, but it was really, really good. Joe's Lawn and Snow, I just wanted to say hi. Hopefully I'll be over this COVID. I didn't sleep last night and I'm fading, so I'll watch till I sleep. Joe, hope you feel better, man. I've known a couple people that were sick recently. This is in New Orleans. I'm going to see if I can keep the audio from the drum thing, and then we'll just check out a little. I'll move around quite a bit tonight. So I've been doing the home stream stuff probably about a month, a little over a month, and I'm still fiddling with all of the different settings and making sure that it's dialed in. I'm not quite there yet. I'm getting closer, but every time that I live stream, it just gets a little bit easier. The driving one is easy for me now. I've had enough. I've done the 1,000 hours in that, 10,000 hours maybe. So I feel confident in the driving part. Although I am going to try to do a stream from Linda's new Tesla. And that's going to be a little challenging because I haven't decided if I want to put it behind me looking forward. I think that would be the coolest view. Even though the windshield looking forward, that's an awesome view. It's pretty normal that people do that. I think it would be cool to have the kind of the backseat view. So you're like leaning forward in the backseat. Jeremy, no YouTube jail tonight. What up, Julie? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Last weekend, hold on, I'll show you what we're listening to. This is, here, I'll post it one more time. I bet this is almost over, and then she'll continue to walk away. See what else is happening. Her name is Yoshimyan. Hey, Car Free, thank you very much. Car Free, thank you for the gifted membership. Rockin' Desert Rose, Marcy Lynn got it. Yes, that's awesome. Thank you. Tesla Cam Cruise sounds good. So I ordered two different mounts. I ordered one that kind of goes on the headrest, so it'll be looking over here in the middle. I think that'll be cool, just sitting right beside me like a parrot on my shoulder. But then I also ordered one that is for this is the girl that's live streaming. I also ordered one that hangs down from the rearview mirror. And in the past, those have been pretty shaky for me. They wobble around a lot. And I know a lot of people that get motion sickness. I don't want to provoke that any more than I already do. But that is something that I'm going to experiment with. I'll probably do a couple like private streams first and just test it. I don't want to do a shaky cam stream. I've done a lot of those. I recognize the shrine that she's at. I'm not. I think I'm pretty sure I've been to this one. I'm gonna pull up some pictures of when I was there. Almost positive this is the same one that I was at.
National, not national. It's a cultural treasure.
How's the audio? Can you hear what she's saying? This is my old dog, Ryu. Ryu is a Japanese Shiba Inu. That's the last dog I had. Little Ryu. Missed that guy.
ここがね、ツツジの有名な場所なんですよね。So this place is a very beautiful azalea flower place. 季節になるとすごいね、たくさんツツジが咲いてて綺麗です。ここから見れるかな Can I see from here?
Audio is good. Okay,
昨日ね、
great.
さっきの人
Light
ね、
audio. I'll turn it
私
up
の
just
目
a
の前に
bit.
立っちゃったからさ。The man earlier just stood in front of me. すいません。そう、ちょっとね、待つしかない。Here in LA, there are places where you can take taiko drum classes for beginners. Nice.
This girl has a cool chat. You should go over and check out her channel. I also toured the Toyota factory. That's awesome. That sounds like a cool thing to do. One thing that Linda, my wife, is mad at me because before we moved to Colorado, I told her, oh, there's this really cool thing you can do in Colorado. You can tour the Celestial Seasonings tea factory. And she's been like telling me that we need to go, and I still haven't done it. Michael Simpson, from my friend, the queen of the land of a 10,000 Lake, Sonia, praying for good news and eventual recovery. Hey, Michael, thank you very much. Sonia is the treasured member of this chat. All of us are pulling for Sonia. Sonia, I hope you feel so much better. Thank you, Michael.
So,
Thank you, everybody, sending hearts to Sonia in the chat. You just made me cry a little.
エナ
Sonia.
とは胎児
You're
の
so sweet.
胎児を包んだ膜と胎盤を言う我々の祖先が、エナを大切に扱ったことは各地の民間伝承にあ
I
る。
put her here. I'm gonna put her
すごいね。
link in
こ
the
この
chat
下
one more
に
time.
エナがあるんだって。そう。
Yes, throw anything green,
六
any green
代
emoji
将
in the
軍
chat
家
for
信のエ
Sonia.
ナを埋めた。そう。エナっていうの胎盤ね。
Thomas C, what up?
胎盤。How do I say?
Sonia, what do
エ
you
ナ、
feel like watching?
胎盤。
I was just prepping the next stream. This one's in Korea. This is Seoul,
プ
Korea.
ラセンタ。
Gangnam
プ
style.
ラセンタ。
You're
So
subscribed there?
placenta
That's awesome.
of Tokugawa family is in under here. So they buried a placenta.
Sorry, I still kept her audio on for a second. The audio part I'm still not really dialed in on. This is the balcony cam in New Orleans. Oh, look at the group right here. huge beer. Oh, they're taking a sign with the huge beers sign. Oh, it's the huge beers crew. They probably all have the same. Like these two have wigs on. This is maybe them like setting up for the night of advertising. Yeah, I'm still not super great at doing the live stream stuff. It gets just a tiny bit easier every time I do it. So I'm going to keep it up. T. Lucero, member for 19 months. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome. Where is Chef Morimoto? Has anybody ever seen the documentary called Jiro Dreams of Sushi? I watched almost every documentary. I'm just a documentary fiend. For a while, that was one of my favorite documentaries. Jiro, Jiro, Jiro Dreams of Sushi. '81 in New Orleans. Zach Stuff member for 21 months. All right, meow. What up, Zach? Thank you for the super trooper meow. Ooh, and thank you everybody throwing the green apples in the chat. Look awesome for Sonia. What up, Ryan Galt? Here's the balcony view, but here's the downstairs on the street view. Oh, look at this dude. The powdered wig like George Washington. I love just seeing people have fun like this. Oh, this dude's got a wig back here too. They all have wigs. This dude's got the achy breaky. Last week, I got a I call it a soft strike. These are my own terms. These are unofficial terms. I got a copyright strike on the music stream that we did, which I did two. So I was live streaming from downtown Denver last weekend. I did 3 streams because the first one was buffering. The second one, I rebooted it because it was buffering and it was a little bit better. And then that one went down. I went to this same part of town that kept killing the stream, and it went down for the second time. So the third stream, I played music. As soon as I ended that stream, it was just solid emails from all of these copyright music holders saying, you can't show this stream anymore. I made it private, but I did not get put in YouTube jail. So thank you to everybody that was trying to get me out of YouTube jail, even though I wasn't in it. Here's our chat. Apple a day for Julie. It was so fun. Thanks for the music. Yeah, I wish. So these newer streaming platforms that pop up, some of them don't have the kind of attention that YouTube has. I think YouTube's scared of like the copyright music holders suing them and all of the money that they could possibly get from doing that. I think some of the newer platforms, especially some of the smaller platforms, they don't care as much. I'm thinking about starting a user on one of these other platforms just so I can watch some different media and some different songs without having the copyright strikes. Terry Sparks, member for 34 months. What up, Terry? I didn't see Jeremy Reed last week. WW. Terry, thank you for the membership. I wasn't live last week, so Linda's birthday was last weekend. And so we took the weekend off just to hang out. It ended up meaning a lot to her. Anybody that's married knows when you can get brownie points with your wife, it's the right thing to do. It's always the right move. And so I spent the weekend with Linda last weekend, and she's been super nice to me ever since. You have to do that. That's my tip of the night. Anybody that's in a relationship, make a huge deal about your partner's birthday. And make sure that if you're not celebrating the whole month, you're celebrating at least like a full week or full weekend. I've never been to New Orleans. New Orleans is cool. it's it's a sight to see. I don't know how else to explain it. It's very unique. The food's unique, the people are unique, the whole experience around New Orleans very niche. This is Bourbon Street. See up here on top, uh, the balconies. I used to always watch. So the first, this is embarrassing to admit, but the first thing that I ever saw in New Orleans was Girls Gone Wild, because they would always have these dudes up here on the balconies throwing, or the people would be throwing beads up to the girls on the balconies. And so I grew up looking at all these balconies and just thinking like, wow, this place is wild. Then I actually got there and the balconies are like pitched forward. And then you look at the architecture and you're like, this looks very unsafe. And then there's a lot of humidity coming off the water that's very nearby. The whole thing just makes me feel very unsafe. I would think you see these little bars holding it up. I don't think that's enough. These balconies get packed with people. And then the other thing that I thought was really cool, I guess it would only be somebody like me that thinks this is cool, but afterwards, you could just see both sides of the street lined with like cups and beads and just all this crazy trash. I've had a lot of parties in my life. There's always like 3 or 4 trash bags full of stuff. I wonder what the cleanup, that would be a cool show, going with the cleanup crew in New Orleans just to see what they see every night, what they find. This is back with Yoshim Yan. This is the girl that's live streaming in Tokyo.
これも心って感じ
And
なん
this
だ。
is her
ああ、わかっ
audio
た。
and the background
多分
music too.
ね、これ心臓の感じなんだよね、多分。So this was heart. 多分。
I think she says
Probably.
it sounds like
多分
she's saying
心
it in Japanese and then
心の
also
昔の感じだと
saying
思う。
it in English.
心
Just super smart.
heart 漢字 ancient
One thing I've been
heart
wondering, I'm
漢字
46 years old. One thing I've always wondered is why hasn't anybody lobbied for some sort of global
心
language? Like, let's just
昔
take
の
all the
漢字
languages on the
そう
planet.
だ、心だ。
Every language gets to submit
heart.
like 140 words,
ちょっと皆
500
さん
words,
に見せ
whatever
る
it
ね。
is.
I'll show you.
And then just have a global language so everybody can still speak whatever
This is
they
the 漢字
grew up
for
speaking.
heart. So heart
Whoa.
漢字 turn into
That second symbol didn't look
current
like a heart.
漢字。うん。
I just think that would be a good
な
idea.
るへそ。
Combining is a Creole. Yeah.
近代漢字。
I'm so glad you
昔の
took
漢字
last
だね。
weekend off, Ellie. Yeah,
心臓の象
somebody
徴
that I
が
trust
心になった。
told me that I should,
あ、なん
and
か
it
心
was
臓
such
を見
good
るとちょっ
advice. So it ended up being
と象形
a
漢字
really
の名
good
残。
move. Anybody that had a good weekend last weekend, I'm glad. It's been crazy. Like the political atmosphere in America has been crazy. One of the things that I love about our
昔の
chat
中
is
国の漢
we
字
have
か
people
な。
from all over the world,
Chinese 漢字 from
all
long time
different
ago.
walks of life that come in here and hang out together. That's what I think makes this channel fun. That's what makes our community cool. Almost no political talk. Like, just people know not to do that here. There's so many other places to do that. People don't bring it here. This is just kind of like a sanctuary of good vibes, hopefully. I hope shit makes the list of universal words. Maybe we'll start that. Maybe we'll start our own and just kind of, well, I'm not going to be able to go through everybody's languages and see what they want to submit. So it's going to take a village to do that. Sonia is in Minnesota, I think. This is maybe where she goes to fill up her gas tank at the holiday. This is Sheriff Fletcher in Minnesota. He's a sheriff that live streams. Sometimes it's other people too, but mostly it's Sheriff Fletcher, who's the main guy. He's the main sheriff in Minnesota. A couple weekends ago when we were live streaming he was at the state fair, or I don't know if it was him. Somebody from this channel was at the state fair. I heard Disneyland in Japan is cool. Oh yeah, that's what I got sidetracked. I was looking for my because I think the shrine that she was at was a shrine that I was at too. When I was in Japan this last time, I went to this place called Sanrio Land, which is Hello Kitty Land. And it was on our itinerary. Some people that I was traveling with are like, oh, this is one of the best places. And I was like, can't see it being that great. And it was. It was the best. I don't think I'll go back to Japan without going to Sanrio Land. And you don't need to like Hello Kitty at all. That's not something that's required. Not a huge Hello Kitty fan, but it was like a Disneyland for Hello Kitty. This is what I was wearing when I was in Japan. Black t-shirt and a red tie. And then red shoelaces just on one shoe. You have to look unique there. Look at the date. 2010. That was a long time ago. These are what my shoes were looking like. So one yellow shoelace, one black, and then I had wings on the side of the shoes. You just have to wear your weirdest stuff when you're in Japan. Well, you don't have to, but I have to. I'm trying to find this picture of the shrine. Going through all these old pictures, there's tons of pictures of my dog in here. Man, I have so many pictures. Everywhere I go, I take a minimum of several thousand pictures. Just I want to remember everything. The stickers I see on street poles, anything that's catching my eye, I'm just click, 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 click. I've always been like that too. I've traveled a lot and I've documented pretty much everything the whole time. My grandma used to, so when I grew up, my grandma, who's still alive now, she's in her late 90s. Oh, are those little turtles in there? Oh no, I just looked up. I guess those might be weeds. Oh, it's a big koi pond. My grandmother, late 90s, she always used to have slideshows. So she and my grandpa would go on a cruise or something, and then they would have the whole family consists of like my sister and I, my mom and my dad, and then my aunt and uncle and their two kids. So those were my grandma's kids, and she'd have us over to, it was kind of like bragging about her vacation a lot of the time, but it was also showing all the pictures. And my grandma would go get all of the film developed on slides. And then she had this like slideshow thing that I guess was pretty high tech for the time. It reminded me of something that they'd have in school. And my grandma would document everywhere that she went. So that's maybe where I get it. This was at Sanrio Land that I was talking about before. That's me standing there. You can see my shoes. I'm standing with these two things that were running around. I don't remember what they're called. Here's our whole group standing with those characters. I don't know what they're... I went with a huge group of people from LA. And so it was kind of this thing. They pitched it to us as like a 9-day tour, and they're going to stop at all these crazy places. And they had arranged for different people to meet with us, like different artists and stuff that we were into. It was really cool. Here's me on the bench at Hello Kitty Land. Sorry, I'm not quite sure where to hold it to focus. And this is 15 years ago. Here's what the outside looks like. Sanrio Hello Kitty Land. This was a famous artist that we liked a lot at the time, and he not only signed anything we wanted, but then he would draw these custom pictures for each one of us. And so I had a bunch of notebooks with me, and one of them was a leather notebook, and he did paint pen on both sides and made me like a custom art piece on each side. It's so awesome. I also really like English. I like things that are like not translated correctly. This is a picture of me. You see the 3 that I'm holding up? The reason the 3 is significant in this photo, hold on, let me try to get it to zoom right, is because I held up a 3 because it was 3 dudes. These are both men. And I thought that was really crazy. I was like, whoa, they looked like women to me. And then one of my friends was like, hey, those are both dudes. I was like, what? And I said, can I get a picture with you? And then I held up a 3 for 3 dudes. I'm a little underdressed in that picture. Everything about Japan was just exciting to me, especially that their toilet seat game is like a decade ahead of the rest of the world. You go in and just a motion sensor lifts the toilet seat up. Sometimes it like heats it up for you. There are all these controls on the side of like bidet controls and the temperature of the water and moving it around. There's a little joystick. When Linda and I stayed at this Airbnb in Japan, they had such a nice, it was probably like a $15,000 toilet. I'm not kidding, maybe 10,000. And we both had our own user. So like as soon as you're done having all the settings right, you hit set user 1. And then as you come in and hit user 1, it puts all of the toilet settings in the perfect everything for you. That was the hardest part about leaving that Airbnb. It was going like 10 years into the past in toilet seat technology. This is her walking around in Japan. The other thing that surprised me was how small everything was. Like you'd go into a little shop to have some food and it was just as big as a walk-in closet. Very big arcades. They love their arcades there. They love their claw machines. I weigh 185 pounds. Almost no clothing fit me there. I was like considered obese. Like there's such a small culture or such a small, like their bodies are smaller that I couldn't find any clothing. I was considered like triple XL. Is so weird. Also, I don't think I'm that tall. I'm 6'11 and a half, so just almost I'm 5'11 and a half. I'm not quite 6 feet. When I was on the subway, I would look and it felt like I was an NBA player. I was like this much bigger than everybody. So I was just staring at like a sea of black hair because almost everybody has black hair. It made me feel like I was an NBA player for like 2 weeks, just being taller than everyone. Wu-Tang, you can buy a Japanese toilet and have it installed in your house. I do know that, and that's actually like a dream of mine. Oh, whoops. There's a place in LA called Mitsuwa. It's the Asian market. Yeah, it's in Santa Monica. the market is on the left-hand side when you walk in, but then on the right-hand side are a bunch of shops, and they have pretty much the most popular things you can buy in Japan. Several different toilet seats that you can pick from. Almost all of them need, I'm going to go out on a limb and say all of them need a outlet close because all of them plug in. And that's always been something that was holding me back. The other thing that's been holding me back is I've never owned a place that I've lived in. I've always rented, not by choice. It's just so expensive to buy stuff. I've never owned a condo or anything like that. I've just always rented. Hold on, we're missing a dude dancing right here in the middle. Even having the electrical issues that I had here when we're renting, the electricians that were coming to try to help me figure it out, they were like, well, you can do this and you can do this. And I couldn't personally add to it because I'm renting this place. And then when I was talking to my landlord, he's like, I'm going to pass. I don't want to add anything else. Like I was trying to make this bedroom, because this is a bedroom that I'm in. It was flipping the circuit in the garage, the breaker. And he was like, yeah, it's going to keep happening to you. You can only have a 15 amp breaker in a bedroom here. It's the law. It's a new code. And so right now I have two different extension cords. One's coming from the hallway over here because that's on a different breaker. And then one's coming from the garage on the right, which is on a different breaker. So the only way that this live stream is possible tonight is through two different sections of my power, so that I don't flip the switch in this room, which sucks. The place I moved from in Orange County, it was built in the 80s, and I had so many different things just daisy chained out of one or two outlets, and it was fine. I knew that it was pretty sketchy, like that it was a fire hazard, but it ended up being okay. Heather, whatever, I'm 5'10". That's pretty big. That's good. You could touch the rim, I bet. I like having dreams of you. I like having dreams. You never know. Jeremy, on the Thanksgiving weekend, I'm heading home to visit family. How would you like to visit Australia with me? The round trip expense is on me. I was born and raised in Canberra. Thanksgiving weekend? I don't know. My passport is current, but I have to check with the higher ups to see if that's possible. Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm pretty sure that I have to check with any big planning like that with Linda, see if she's okay with it. That sounds awesome, though. We've had our eye on visiting Australia and New Zealand for quite a while. I'm going to the East Coast in a couple weeks. Then I'm going to the West Coast after that. Then I have a Midwest trip, and then I have another West Coast trip. I don't know. But thank you so much for the invitation. Email me the details, and then I'll check with upper management and see if I can do it. Sounds awesome, though. This is her walking in Japan. Somebody, I think it was the last time I did a home stream, someone said, Jeremy, what's your favorite city? It's about to be Sydney if I get to go to Australia. Right now it's Tokyo. I love Tokyo, Japan. Oh, and see, they're walking up on this happening in Japan right now, but I wish I could. Actually, I can show some of it. I took a lot of video when I was in New Orleans recently, and they will just break out into like school band stuff, dance stuff, color guard. I don't know what the flag waving thing is. I think it's called color guard. She just looked over it and just saw that real quick. I'm not sure what town she's walking around in. This doesn't look like Tokyo. But I definitely wouldn't know for sure. I'm thinking it's not Tokyo because Tokyo just has digital billboards everywhere. The colors are crazy. This looks more residentially. I queued up a bunch of different videos for us to watch. Does anybody want to see me live stream from Australia? I would really love that. That sounds like fun. I love this site EarthCam. This is in New York. I love traveling. There's such a cool, like the very first day that you get off a plane somewhere, especially international travel, you get off the plane and it just feels like you entered another, like, you know how when you're playing Super Mario, all the levels look a little different. It feels like you're entering a different level of reality. Everything is the same, but then again, everything's different. People are acting the same and they're also acting different. And so it's so cool, especially the first night or two that you're in someplace new. It just feels like, wow, I'm kind of not supposed to be here. This isn't what I'm normally doing. And then the last night that you're there, kind of feels like nothing I do matters. In 24 hours, I'm going to be back into my normal life, normal routine. And so the last like 24, 48 hours that I'm somewhere, usually I stay up because I'd rather sleep on the plane than get a good night's sleep wherever I'm traveling before I leave. So yeah, I like to pack my stuff up early, make sure it's squared away, and then just stay up the last like 24, 36, 48 hours. Here, you guys look at this. This is live in San Francisco. I'm going to see if I can find a live cam in Australia. And welcome, everybody. It's about 10 p.m. where I'm at. I'm in Colorado. Happy Friday night. This is live in Australia. Broom Cam. I think that's how you say it. Wow, that's a nice color. I bet this water is salty. And Paul Gatton is in here. What up, Paul? What up, Thomas C? Jeremy? You ever watch Live on Patrol? Yep, we were just checking that out. This is Sheriff Fletcher in Minnesota. I'll put on a little of his audio. Hold on. He might have it muted. I'm not sure. I just turned it up and I'm not hearing anything. Sometimes when he calls, I don't know if this is the case right now, but sometimes when he calls the station or he's talking to somebody about a different scene or anything private, he just mutes it. I'm not sure what his normal routine is, but I'm almost positive he does a live stream every Friday. And I wish more police and law enforcement would do that. It adds this level of transparency that at least lets people have like more of a connection to how they're being policed. Oh, check this out. This is in Australia right now. Maybe not. This says Broomcam AU. This is maybe their official website. Wow. No. I clicked on that on accident. Okay, yeah, this is his audio.
Thought he had a weapon on him, but it was a vape. But he is also the person that needs to be served for the food that's intended.
So this is the audio from Live on Patrol. I'm going to throw you the link here so you can check it out.
We'll take care of that.
Suspicious, 1725 Monastery, there's a vehicle that is circled the property about 4 times.
Could you turn your scan off?
Oh,
yeah, sorry. I wouldn't mind looking at that call though.
Monster, right?
Spawn Arbiter.
When he said I wouldn't mind looking at that call, that just reminds me of chasing calls like I used to enjoy.
You know,
Huh?
I'd hear all this stuff on the scanner and I'm like, I don't really understand what that means.
Was on
Let me go
Arbiter
take a look at
somewhere.
it.
It was in the suburbs.
L.E.E., thank you so much.
Monastery
Thank you
Way
for the
near
5 gifted. Beth
That's
Galloway,
probably what it is, but that's
Victoria
way up by
Riviera,
Hillside, so that we
Edgar
won't be able to make
Hernandez,
that.
James
Us just
Tribe.
mentioned.
Congrats.
see
Thank
that
you so
Soul
much,
license
Ellie. I
plate popped up
appreciate that.
again.
Thank you, Ellie. And Chris 10. Maybe Kristen, but
Remember,
Chris
Suki, you guys
10.
gonna be able to come up
Got
with
a
that
gifted
stolen plate
membership.
for us tonight?
If you got a gifted membership from Ellie,
that's
number
Smith's
1,
Go
please
Up, yeah.
thank her. Number 2, she just unlocked a bunch of videos. I have 350 plus videos in my members only page, and some of it is spicy content. So viewer discretion is advised. Thomas C, member for 23
well,
months.
I mean,
Thank
if
you very
anybody can
much.
find it, you can.
So this is live where Sonia is, I think, Minnesota. I'm not sure what that sign
this
is.
time headed back the other way
Which way?
Looks like it's been
Down?
raining.
towards 7th Street.
588 Miranda Avenue. Mother is being aggressive, threatening to fight the
Well,
cops.
let's go down there anyhow.
It's fun to chase
Sure.
calls when you know the area,
You're
because
up
I
in
think
Falcon Heights here, folks.
I didn't know
Snelling and
any of the
Lafayette.
areas super well that I was chasing calls in Orange County or LA. I'll turn down his audio for a second. I didn't know those areas super well. I was in LA, Orange County, that area for over 20 years. The first part, like 2002, 2003, I was using Thomas Guide. And then I was also using MapQuest. And I got to know LA before there was any kind of navigation help. So I would print something out on MapQuest and it would print out over like 7 pages. Then I'd just be like, okay, left on Doheny, right on La Cienega. And I'm just like going through all these pages, using the Thomas Guide to kind of reel me in every once in a while. And then when the first TomTom came out, I remember being at Staples. It was on Santa Monica in Westwood. And they had this TomTom that was there, and it was a little navigation thing. And I was like, man, that's expensive. I think it was like $500 or $600 at the time. I was like, but that would pay itself off in the amount of help that it would give me. And so I bought this little TomTom, and it had like a bean bag thing that would sit on your dash. Probably so dangerous if I was to ever get in a crash or something, but I loved that thing. And then I would also pay to get it updated a lot. I was paying like TomTom for the updates every year. Not fun. Thank you so much, Connie, for the membership. Connie, welcome. It's good to see you. Happy Friday night. Thank you for the membership. Thank you for joining the homies. Mike K, what up? Darren, Julie, Jack. Jack's 5'12 and a half. That's awesome. But can you touch the rim? This is the... Oh, I see what's going on. I was trying to see what other cams were available in Australia, but it's showing me like local live cams that are popping up. So it's not on the Earth Cam website. Let me see if this works. Connie, thank you so much. And thank you, Ellie, for the gifted memberships. Oh, a lot of these live cams are like Princess Cruises and cruise liners and stuff like that. This is live in Vegas. This is their new football stadium. This digital billboard here is so annoying when you're coming down the road. On the way in, you just see these like lights. Look how bright it is, like right as you're driving. A lot of people there. Mandalay Bay. This you can kind of see Luxor like right here. I think New York is like right here. This looks like Cosmo. And Bellagio's back here. This is the Bellagio cam that we were watching earlier. This is live. It's 9 o'clock in Vegas, 81 degrees. They changed this up a lot. So I don't know what the theme is here. I'm seeing lots of waterfalls and stuff. But they'll change it. It'll be Easter, and then everything will be Easter themed. This looks like a big dragonfly here. Lots of lights, tons of flowers. Zach stuff, Thomas guide, all the memories. So when I got all the apps on my iPhone so I could stop using that stuff. And then I sent it to my mom. And then my mom would be using my old TomTom from like 2003, 2004. And she'd be like, yeah, sometimes I'm driving and it's not showing me some of the current stuff. It was because that was their racket, was having you update it all the time. And that's what I do like about some of these apps like Waze or Google Maps or whatever. It's pretty much updated fairly often. So all the new construction that happens, it's pretty accurate. Zach, thank you so much, man. It's good to see you. Thank you for the help modding. I'm going to put up, actually, if Zach or Ellie, let me see if I can find it on my own. Hold on. I want to put up Zach's link. He has an awesome channel. It's called Zach Stuff on YouTube. I'm going to see if I can find it before they do. Please go throw him a sub. We got to get him up to 25,000 subs. Oh, I beat everybody. I put it in the chat first. That's Zach's channel. It's called Zach Stuff on YouTube. I think you'll like it. Please go at least give it a chance. I want to help him get up to 25,000 subs. He deserves that. Okay, this is live on Patrol again. I'm going to turn up his audio. Whoops. Top. There we go.
Like they should have.
539 copy the noise complaint.
So we're hearing a scanner from his vehicle in Minnesota.
Yep, we're going to want to get that plate, I think.
Yes, we do. Aaron, are you close to it? Yeah. Figure out how to get around this.
Had a feeling when I saw where it listed.
Well, anytime it's stolen plate, people.
Cheers to everybody that
sometimes
subbed at Zach Stuff.
they get
You're
one
not going to
stolen,
regret
they
that.
make
And then
report,
also,
but they
I
don't
just
take
dropped the
the other
link
one off.
for Sheriff Fletcher.
Technically, supposed to go
This
down
is
and get a
live in
replacement
Minnesota.
temporary.
We're hearing his communications,
So
and then we're
that
also
actually
hearing
says
him
do
talk
not
to
go
his
that way,
partner
doesn't it,
in the
Ben?
car.
Yes, it does.
So, I think we gotta,
But
you think we try it?
I think we do.
Oh, there's another turn up here. You're right on my left here is Modern Screen. Modern Sign. My friend Dave right there. Modern Sign. If you ever want to...
He's throwing an ad for his friend Dave.
make a sign, check out, go to Modern Screen and talk to Dave.
This
You
is
sure
live
do
in
know
Alaska.
a lot.
I have a friend that I play pickleball with that he and his wife make signs. It's a pretty cool business. I think I would have liked to be in that sign making game. This is probably the live stream that I watch the most next to all the kitten cams that Linda and I watch. Julie Cohen, Alien Earth is getting really good. I like it. What did you guys think of the last episode? So I predicted everything that happened on the last episode at the end of last week. So I was like, I know I'm not gonna give anything away, but I knew that everything that happened, I kept looking over at Linda on the couch, and she was like, she's not as happy when I'm right as I am when I'm right. But I looked into my crystal ball and I was like, this is what's gonna happen. Told her early, and it ended up happening. Amy Zellers, I've been watching John Hicks a little. He's a good guy. I love John Hicks. As soon as I got out to Colorado and really started riding my e-bike around unrestricted, people would stop me and then they would ask me questions about the e-bike, as opposed to in Orange County when they're like stopping you because they want something bad to happen. I'm really happy that he's in LA. He knows LA really well. He's from LA. Oh, we got some action over here. Hold on, I might go to his audio. I don't know if he just showed up.
Okay.
I'm hearing like some fighting in the background.
Like a verbal one or a physical? Just verbal? Okay. So what's the solution? We gotta, if you gotta let it.
The corner and doesn't let me leave for hours. It's 15 times.
Which car is yours? Which one? Which one are you taking?
The 4.
And does she live here?
Yes. Both
You both live here? He'll talk to her for a while. We'll get you out of here.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Probably my dad's in Richfield.
Okay. Will she be okay without you?
I think so. I'll just call her now.
Huh?
Will she be okay without you? And I hope so.
Do you want to leave or are you going to stay?
I want to leave.
Okay. Pardon me?
I don't know what to do.
Squad, Jody.
Yeah. Well, she's obviously had something to drink, right? So, or whatever. She's under the influence of
Yeah,
something.
too weird.
Huh?
He's like, she's under the influence of something. He's like, I'm not gonna say
Hey,
what.
Pat, you keep talking to her in the yard. I'm going to have him back his car out of here.
I told you I'll call you tomorrow.
Can I tell
He
you?
said, I told you
Hey,
I'd call you
ma'am,
tomorrow. She
I've
goes, call me? Is Alien Earth Aliens franchise on Earth? All right, Clark, what's up? Alien Earth is the new, you probably already know. Alien Earth is the new series. I think it's on, I watch it on Disney Plus.
Before things change.
It's pretty good. If you haven't checked it out yet, you should probably check it out. If you like the original Alien movie. And lady, I think you've had enough. What up, Neil Patrick?
Hop in, Pat. Get out of here before she comes back out.
We're letting him get out of here.
The sheriff looked at his partner and goes, get in. We can get out of here before she comes back. I like that. They're running from her too. And then he's going to back out and then get out of there and call her tomorrow when she sobers up a little bit.
Verbal domestic. She didn't want him to leave. He wanted to leave. And she's upset because he thinks she's going to get divorced. So if you want to talk to her again, feel free. But she's back upsize.
Never got physical.
Nothing physical. He's just happy to get out. Yep.
He's just happy to get out. I've been there. I've been there, bro. I'm drinking Fanta tonight. 0 sugar Fanta.
For their sake, she just...
I'll come back if there's any more action. We went from watching them drive around to all of a sudden I saw him pull into somebody's house with the lights on. That's why I turned it. This is a cat cam. This is their little ship litter box. I rewound it a little bit. She's playing rough with that kitty, and this dude's like playing in the litter box. Oh, he was biting off. That's a bad boy. He's biting off little pieces of the litter box. That might be a girl, though, too. It might be a bad gal. Oh, they're both in there. Linda's playing pickleball right now, so I know she's not watching the stream, but she's been really wanting another kitty. And I keep telling her, like, that's so counterproductive to us traveling. If we got a new kitty, you would want to stay home and spend time with the kitty. So I would love a new kitty. I'm holding her back. I'm like, no, we need to get some traveling done. And you're just going to be worried about the kitty if we get a new kitty. The cat that we have now is very independent. When we travel, we have people that come in and look after him and just kind of check up on him. But we have all of our live cams, our security cams, and we look at him. He just sleeps. He actually likes it when we travel because we'll leave the huge like self feeder out for him, and he just goes crazy, gains a bunch of weight. I know a girl who is a foster person for newborn cats, and I think that would be a tough gig. Falling in love with all these little kitties and then having to forever home them somewhere else. I love cat independence. I do too. Oh, excuse me. I do too. I think that the other thing that's amazing about cats is that, especially if they know how to use the litter box, the cat that we have right now, he's 10 out of 10 in the litter box. He'll use the litter box and then he'll cover it up, like overly cover it. So if we look and there's a mound, we know that there's something in the mound. It's almost like Double Dare. You like get through and you know there's something inside. And then he'll sit there and watch us clean the litter box. It's so funny. I wish for just one day I could like hear what he's thinking, because he'll use the litter box and then he'll stand right around the corner and watch us clean it. But this lady's at work right now. She's getting paid to just romance these kitties like that. My school counselor did me dirty. She should have advised me to be what this lady's doing right now. I would have loved that. Just motorboating kitties all day. It would have been perfect. I think I could have gotten good at that. This is a different kitty rescue. This is on Explore Cats, Lions, and Tigers. Oh, this one has a little diaper. Maybe it just had surgery. This is what all animal shelters should have, especially if they need help getting things adopted. Oh, wait. Oh, it's coming off of this thing. That's an awesome toy. Looks like a little butterfly or something. Links to rinks, skating rinks. I have a couple videos of me watching ice skating around the holidays, like around Christmas time, and always a lot of crashes. That would be such a good live stream. Here, I'll look right now. Oh, never mind. Somebody's pulled over here in Minnesota. That's not it. This one. He's across the street. Let's listen to it.
Aggressive with the officer that
328, you're CN
never hurts to have a little backup.
901.
Definitely not.
You're welcome, 2319.
In my humble opinion, dogs are more fun. Dogs are amazing. Seeing the pictures of my pup, my Shiba Inu, Ryu, he was just so smart. But I always felt bad leaving him at like a dog hotel or like a place like that. He just didn't like that. And I couldn't leave him alone. I had to put him in
Ended up
a
catching
spot.
up to one of the guys who was taken off from him
Dogs are amazing.
and ordered him to the ground, and he complied.
Close second
But
to the
St.
cat.
Paul officer arrived, He had
Myself,
5 pair of handcuffs.
Dark sweater. And we'll take a minute.
What did he say?
Oh, I don't know.
I think he said take a pending.
Yeah, he did. So
His partner just say they arrested somebody who needed 5 pairs of handcuffs.
he didn't give us the code for it. Code for his son.
His girlfriend was holding his property hostage.
So I told that officer, you could handcuff half a baseball team.
Good for you.
He's definitely prepared.
This is a live video of a skating rink, but this is from a long time ago. This is 2024. Or no, it says 8 months ago. But these are really fun. See this thing that they're moving right here? That's like a training wheel thing. See how somebody can hold on to this? That's such a good invention. These people are skating, but with like a walker. They didn't have that when I was a kid. You just had to like duct tape a pillow to your butt and then break both of your wrists because you'd fall back on your wrists. It wasn't till the late 90s when all these rollerbladers started getting hurt that they were making wrist guards and all of that stuff. And now fast forward to 2025, I have built-in wrist guards in my gloves for snowboarding because that's where you land a lot, is on your wrist, and then it pushes back. So I have wrist guards built into both of my gloves to keep it from going back past a certain amount. Which is
Dodge
great.
is coming out with
Saves
the
me all the time.
fastest Challenger yet this next year.
Really?
And they're coming out with a new,
Well, they're getting rid of the Hemis.
it sounds
Like,
like,
dual turbos or something.
yeah.
He just said they're getting rid of the Hemis. That's what my mechanic, I was like, yeah, this car has cost me so much money. He's like, well, it's worth more now because you have a Hemi and they're not making those anymore. I was like, My wife won't care, but that's interesting to me. Linda's been doing the self-driving mode. It's called full self-driving supervised on the Tesla. She's had to pull it out of full self-driving mode twice because she was afraid it wasn't going to do something. It wasn't going to make. Well, the one experience I had was, so when you have it in full self-driving mode, I'll show you, maybe when I'm live streaming, I'll show you. But when you have it in full self-driving mode, you kind of have to have your hands near the steering wheel and just kind of, because it doesn't want you doing a bunch of other stuff. It definitely doesn't want you holding a phone and looking at the phone. You can hold it further out and it doesn't detect it. But there's 3 different modes. There's like a chill mode, a normal, and then a hurry mode. And if you have it in hurry, then it's like trying to weave through traffic and get you, like it'll see an opening and it'll take it.
Anytime it's two
The problem with that is that
I agree.
people think that you're the one driving, so it's making all these moves that are like sometimes impolite, and you're not doing it. You're just sitting there watching, but the car's doing it. And so I told Linda, I was like, we need to just not use hurry mode. Hurry mode is like,
For those of you that remember Mickey Frost,
it's the way to have people get mad at you, basically. So if you have it in normal, then it won't do anything. Like it'll switch lanes if it's very open. Hurry mode is like, oh, my car will fit in there, and then it just kind of does it.
Eastbound or westbound?
So yeah, next time you see somebody in a Tesla in full self-drive, there's 3 different. There's the chill mode,
Eastbound or
which
westbound?
very passive. They're just kind of Waymo riding. There's the normal mode, which is not super aggressive.
we gotta go home.
And then there's the hurry mode, which is aggressive.
5317, and we can both take a pending. 601 eastbound, 94 from Lexington.
10-4.
I know your code 4. Are you good here? There's something on the freeway here. Troopers, thanks. Thank you. You bet.
Take that disturbance, 1636 Ross Ave.
Full service highway they have a pedestrian on the highway just about 94.
He said he's going to a different call that's on the highway that's not too far away. I'll monitor that. You guys can check out Nollins. And this is on Earth Cam. I'm going to throw you the link just in case you want to come check it out. Next software update is GTA mode. That's awesome. I have a PlayStation 5 controller in the Tesla so that when we're doing charging or anything, I can play video games. There's a big screen inside the Tesla that has Cuphead and it has other games like that that are fun. Linda and I both play chess in there. We have an ongoing chess game that we just pause. But it will pair with a PlayStation controller, which is my favorite controller. I just put the link in the chat for the Earth Cam for Bourbon Street. But then if you're there and then you click on this right here, this main page, that will take you to the home screen and you can check out a bunch of different live cams. I wanted to show you the volcano was erupting earlier. Or not erupting. It wasn't like spewing out magma like it was a couple weeks ago, but oh, this is like a 24-hour time lapse thing right here. Oh, this is from September 19th. So yeah, earlier today. It's cool. It shows you the little time lapse of when it was active. I was watching this one earlier. Hold on, let me cue it up. This is the squirrel cam. Let me put me over here. So this is wild. The mom, I think this is the mom back here. We were watching this several weeks ago, 3 weeks ago or so. And the little babies were just finally starting to move around. Now they're very active. This is like showing the inside. I'm going to go back like an hour and a half and just show you what I was watching. It was crazy. The mom was asleep. So this is the mom. Watch when she comes in. So it's empty. And I'm just going to fast forward it here just a little bit. Okay, she's in there. She starts sleeping. Here, I'm just going to rewind it a little bit so you can see. The baby's like, she's right here just trying to sleep. The baby comes in and starts bothering her, but she's so used to it that she's just letting the baby like run all over her and do all this crazy stuff. So here, right here, the baby just entered and she's like trying to push it away. It's like trying to like eat out of her mouth or something. See how she keeps like pushing it away and she's sleeping? I watched this for probably like, I don't know, 15 and 20 minutes earlier. Just her autopiloting, like pushing the baby away. You can see right here, her two little hands are like, but she's just so used to it that she kind of just sleeps through it. Look, the baby's just right in her face. Unfortunately, his wife and daughter were on board. He wrote a lot of hits. Who? Let me see. Oh, hey, I'm going to pull up the chat. Yeah, I watched this little, you can see its face right here. He's just right in his mom's face, like trying to wake her up the whole time. Brett James, songwriter, died in a private plane accident listening to country. Brett James, I'm not sure who that is. That's sad though. I think I did read on some news headline that there was a private plane crash. This goes on. Look, I'll fast forward it here. Now the baby is just laying there, just like, and look, the mom every once in a while is like, knock it off, and it won't. But she's just like, she's just sleeping through it. I don't know how. Jeremy, love your streams. Always so chill. Hey, thank you. I'm trying to provide some variety. I'm pretty sure nobody else is showing like this little squirrel just trying to bother his mom and his mom not caring at all. Her feet look so funny. They're like pushed up against the cam. Yeah, I'm even going to fast forward it more. We'll see when she's like actually had enough of it. Look at her sleeping. She's like, nothing's going to keep me from getting a nap right now. This is her arm? Oh. Oh, this is a big nest right here. You can see the other kids are like in the other rooms. They have a bunch of different places they can go. Okay, I'm trying to get it to where we can see the mom wake up. All right, I'll change it right after this, but I think she's gonna get sick of it and then get up and run out. Oh, right here. Right here, she's finally had enough. He's like really like just like all over her mouth. Oh, he's like pushing her head against the end. All right, she's realizing that the bad breath in her mouth isn't her own bad breath. She's about ready to get out of there. Oh, right here, right here. She's like, get off of me. And then he just stands there. He's like, oh, I guess mission accomplished. She got like a 10-minute nap. Oh, this is her right here, I think. Yeah, right here. All right, I'm going to let you listen to the live on patrol. River Center. This is in Minnesota. I'm not sure what complex that is. Sonia, do you know? He said, I don't see anybody yelling.
You think it was called in from a phone call?
Mike Smith, Jeremy, what do you think about Waymo looking to come to Denver? I think summer will
like she's ordering
be fine, but not sure about winter. Mike Smith, I didn't hear about that. I always used to joke with everybody that living in LA was like living 2 years in the future, because everything that happens in LA ends up like becoming reality in Denver. I wouldn't be surprised to see if very soon there's Waymo, but from what I've heard, they don't run well with snow on the ground.
I'm gonna run over on the
So I don't know how they're going to
Kirby
do
Brooks
that.
side of the building.
But
The outside of the church.
it's just a
has
matter
me
of time.
confused.
It's like scooters. I remember seeing the first scooters,
What address is it?
and then people
It
would
says
like,
175 West
oh, that would
Kellogg,
never be a
River
thing
Center.
here.
This is
Well, now
female is
scooters are
outside the
everywhere.
church.
Pretty much everywhere you go, you're
Yelling
going to
and
see an
having
electric scooter.
Breakdown.
City-wise, maybe not small towns, but go to any city in America right now, probably scooter rentals. Go to any major city
if they called
on
from
earth,
here.
and there's probably like
They're talking about
bike rentals,
there,
something like that.
that church.
Robert Redford was
they love
literally
my
the
parts
last of
there
a
in
certain
church.
era of actor of stature of a certain actor of a certain
It's a puzzle.
stature. With the exception of De Niro and Pacino, I think of anyone similar stature still alive. I can't think of anyone.
Okay, now it just changed. 183 West 9th.
All right. A very good investigator.
It's probably true. Maybe
But, I
Jeff
mean,
Daniels. Not Jeff Daniels. I didn't mean Jeff Daniels.
I smell French fries.
Yeah.
268 Tango.
Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges. He's been in a lot of movies. I guess he's not as old as Redford. Did anybody watch that movie called Sneakers?
278, we'll be with them as well.
I'm old enough that I watched it in the theater.
Copy. 2236.
1992 Sneakers.
4333.
This movie.
273, put me on with them.
Dan Aykroyd,
Go
Ben
through your
Kingsley, River Phoenix, Sidney
You know, Chloe,
Poitier.
we were smart enough to figure that one out.
Copy.
So,
2333.
Pretty good movie.
thanks for helping us.
92. So I remember being in the theater watching that. So I was 12 years old, 7th grade. In my little theater. I grew up in a town called Winterset,
Well, Penny, you did
Iowa,
such a fine
middle
job
of the
calming the
heartland.
down.
And there was one theater in town. And
I'll give it a
in
shot.
the early show, they would show one movie. And then later on that night, they'd show a second movie.
You're on these
And
calls, though.
I think we paid for both, but we shouldn't have been in there
Oh,
because
you got that, huh?
this one was PG-13. Well, I still shouldn't have been in there because I was 12.
Hello.
But I got to stay.
Did one of you guys call? Is everybody okay? Okay.
Did you hear a woman screaming?
Okay. Yeah, we got a call for a woman out here having some kind of breakdown, screaming.
224.
Thank you.
224, go ahead. Looks like this is possibly in the church parking lot on 9th Street.
I think we can.
Yeah, I'm not with her at the parking lot.
He's got another one.
Yeah,
over here.
23.
This is that scene from There's Something About Mary.
Why do birds
I'm just playing a little piece of it
every time
because he just said we got a report of a girl screaming or of a woman screaming.
you are near? Just like me, they long to be.
That's Marquis Post and
Oh,
Cameron
no,
Diaz.
No, I wasn't. I was. Shit! Ow!
That it was right before that. Oh no, it's right after that. Because a cop looks through the window and goes, we had reports of a woman screaming, and then the guy goes, "You're looking at him," because it was Ben Stiller that was
The
screaming.
parking lot on the other side of the building there. Probably appears to be. We're blocked from the homeless shelter, so Be some additional issues going on, huh?
Karen Carpenter gone too
Yep.
soon.
Real life.
It is something.
So Karen Carpenter was like the most amazing drummer. This is her drumming. Oh no. Watch her little drum breakdown. Hold on, I have to keep pausing it because that'll at least help the copyright striking out a
Never know
little
when
bit.
you're going to need a backup.
Oh, she was so dope.
Repositioning his gear because you have two bicycles. It's very difficult.
Karen Carpenter solid on the drums, absolutely. 3 days of the Condor.
There he goes.
Hey, Amy, what up? Good to see you.
Can you see him back here?
Is it
Those are
Magnum?
both yours, right? Okay.
That's so mean.
Vicious. One out of 12, 1 out of 12. See the man about a stolen bicycle. Suspect left on a bicycle.
Clint Eastwood.
Jack Nicholson doing the drum.
Jack Nicholson, I guess, is kind of that stature.
James Dean.
I'm gonna put you back over here. Hold on.
Let's go downtown.
For a
Judy
while,
Clark, was that it?
Linda, my wife, and I were binge watching
Yeah,
all of the
I think you're
old
right.
In
It's
Living
not
Colors,
sensational.
and I thought that I had seen a lot of them at the time that they were airing. But man, I had missed a couple of them. Same thing with Married with Children.
Nothing
She
like
went
vinyl.
episode 1 all the way
Very
through
true.
like 10 seasons or something of Married with Children. I was like, oh, I've pretty much seen all these. There were a couple that I
They have
hadn't
a
seen.
Rubbermaid
So
full
funny.
of vinyls.
Highway 36.
I'd love to play Eddie Murphy because, you know, if you look at my face, you look at Eddie Murphy's face, it really ain't no different. The Rock.
You know what, Jabroni? The Rock says this. If you're going to read my name, call me Dwayne Johnson.
Cat Williams.
Well, excuse me. Well, I have to say a couple of things about this situation.
Young motherfuckers, man, they don't know shit, man. Generation Z doesn't even know how to write cursive, nigga.
Charlie
That's
Murphy.
crazy, man.
Eddie Murphy. Well, you know, what first I would say to these people, if I, well, hold on, say this, why did it take so long? That's my question. I should have been had me an Oscar. You seen me.
Mike Epps.
Man, everybody knows, man. Man. Hey, man, look, because,
Mike
like, when it
Epps.
comes down to the greatest player, you just got to give it up to Bron, man. Yeah. Oh, man.
Kevin Hart. Hey, listen, first of all, the problem. Can't just do that, Jimmy. What's the problem, man?
I'd love to play.
So back on economic development in the city. I mean, the top priority is keeping the XL Southwest. Grand Casino. What they call it? Grand Casino what?
I think it was Center.
Center. Keeping that here. Keeping the wild here. That's the top priority. Getting some more restaurants and nightlife and stuff.
We're listening to the
downtown.
audio
One thing I will
from
say
the
is it is
Minnesota
safe
sheriff,
to
but we're looking at
walk
the
your
live
car.
critter cam.
You get very few, very few.
This is called
reports of
Critter
crime
Vision,
downtown.
Critter Cam.
Very true.
This is live right now.
Proud of. Yes, there are some homeless persons, but generally.
Oh wow, this is a Yeti.
They're not
Oh my
harassing,
god.
victimizing other
I love Yeti products so
Except
much.
within
When
their
I
own
see
little
this
circle.
little logo, I know it's high quality.
Not claiming success because
This
the
is a
city needs
Yeti
solution for
can
the
koozie right
homeless,
here.
and it needs to develop some of these vacant buildings. Got to be the top priority, vacant building.
No
This whole
kidding.
And then
year,
this is my Yeti tumbler. Don't tell Linda, but I love getting her Yeti gifts
Got
just
some
so I
nice
can
parks,
use them
Rice
too.
Park, Mears Park, Kellogg
It'll be
Park.
pink or it'll be like turquoise or colored or something, but
A lot of things going for us in this town.
I'll still use it. I'll still use it if it's pink. It's fine.
We need a little bit of economic bump.
He's driving around in downtown Minnesota. I think this is Minneapolis. Minneapolis and St. Paul are right next to each other.
I've been
He's on
noticing
6th
that
Street. That's
we actually
famous
have
street
more
there.
stolen car activity in the daytime now than we do at night.
That's very true.
I was in this area. So I lived in
Far
Minnesota
busier
for a
than
little
the
bit
day.
in high school. I was in this area down here and was watching Smashing Pumpkins live. It was a free concert for something, and it was amazing. That was right in the era, like 96, 97, when I really liked
Day hours
Smashing
instead of
Pumpkins.
night hours.
I'm always game for that.
Yeah, I know. I'd want to work like days on the weekends.
Grand Casino Arena.
This is back at the crater, Kilauea. The boardwalk cam in Atlantic City. Is this dude offering rides? Is that what this is? It looks like he's checking his text message, but this is like their version of a rickshaw, maybe. I can't tell what else it says besides open late. Something on the bottom says Atlantic City. Is he just pushing people around that don't want to walk? Am I not seeing that? He's just breathing like right in your ear as you're getting a ride back to your car. He needs to go into business with this guy and hitch the chariot up to this. Oh yeah, right here. Somebody's getting a ride. Oh my gosh. Do you want to get there as fast as a turtle would get there? I got you. I didn't even know this was a thing right here. Like, at least get an electric skateboard and like put the rubber to the road there. When does everybody put up Christmas trees? I'm a late Christmas tree person. I'm going to wait till definitely after Thanksgiving, but December 15th. Does anybody remember Long Beach? I do. I was actually just watching the this is the Venice cam. I watched the sunset tonight on this Venice beach cam. It's teleport.camera. That's the name of the channel. They've had this up for a while. Venice Beach Hotel has had a live cam. It wasn't always this high definition. And it's crazy because I've watched it so many times. It says it's 70 degrees there. But even when I'm out there on like a skateboard or an e-bike or walking around, I forget that it's there. And so it's just amazing people watching because they're really not thinking that they're on camera. What does this dude have? What is this? Looks like a keyboard with a monitor. Oh, it's like a big iPad. He must have had like a little pop-up musician spot right there. Those pushcart dudes really need to look into just renting a scooter. Actually, you watch this. I'm going to find an example of what that dude needs.
This how my wheelchair.
So guys, today I decided to show you guys how my wheelchair husband get around.
So similar to this, but basically he just needs to rent like a scooter.
So guys, he's gonna
put it
attach
over
his
the top
wheelchair to his scooter. Very creative, isn't it? Yeah, guys. So this is how he attach both of them together. I'll show you guys more up close. It's very simple.
Oh, he's actually like bolting it on.
So instead of having that mobility scooter.
Oh, that's cool. He's actually attaching it to the scooter. One that I saw was a guy that like went out of his house and then he did the QR code for the scooter and then he just kind of like put it underneath the wheelchair and then he didn't attach anything. He just took off.
You guys can do this as well if you're in a wheelchair. Something. Then you put the brakes up. Then
This how my wheelchair.
Oh, they didn't show him running it. Oh, this one's perfect. Just right on top. Boom. If anybody knows these Atlantic City guys, you need to send them this. I did. I've been watching this cam for a while. I don't remember ever seeing them just pushing people. Like at least on the electric bike or somebody even pedaling a bike. The pitch is like, I'll get you there faster. This is like, you want to get there as slow as you could walk it, but just not have to walk it. Oh, this says THC. Wow, are they just selling vape pens right there? This music is so surfy. I dig it. This is back in New Orleans. Live. 5 minutes until Saturday there. I think this might be the fortune teller lady. Sometimes she's over here. Actually, this might be competing fortune teller lady right here. And then this is the second one. I watched 2 breakfast burrito vendors fight one morning in downtown Denver. So many people work in those skyscrapers there, and you park and then you walk into the building. And so many times I would say, like, how much are the breakfast burritos? And they'd say $5 or whatever. And I'm like, I'm okay. I'll wait till lunch. But then sometimes you walk by them and then they say other stuff. Like, you know, they're selling breakfast burritos, but they were also selling drugs. So if you looked like, if you had the look like I look, where you'd probably not get in trouble for saying something like that, they would tell you all the other things they were offering. But one morning I was on my way into work and 2 breakfast burrito dudes were like fist fighting because they both thought that they had a right to that corner. And the one guy was like, well, I'm out here all the time. And the other guy's like, I'm out here all the time. He's like, I would have seen you. So they were like turf warring over the corner. But anybody that really knew what was going on knew that the deeper thing was like what else they were selling besides the breakfast burritos. Yes, they had breakfast burritos. They also had things that were probably making them a little bit more money. This is that same intersection, just a different view. This is from up top. If you've ever been to New Orleans, you know that these lights are, these lights right here are prevalent everywhere. These like flickering lights. It's very like Scooby-Doo mystery lighting. Whoops. I'll put myself in the middle right there, then we can read the chat. Breakfast trucks. One day will y'all tune into the Mars cams? Yeah. They had a Mars rover cam for a little bit, but it was never live. It was just kind of like a looping cam. This is slave labor, just walk. Way to pass the buck. Good if your dogs are barking. M to the J, what up? Last call at Fuzzies. Hey, who else knows about Fuzzies? There's a Fuzzies that Linda and I have been going to. They have the thinnest chips at Fuzzies and really good queso dip. Felzu knows. Felzu, thank you so much. We're kind of new to the Fuzzy. It's kind of new to our places that we always go to. I think it's a Texas place mainly. That's what I hear. But they have one here in Broomfield. They have one in Thornton. I go to the Broomfield one a lot. The Thornton one's pretty cool too. Thank you, Felzu, for doing that. Linda and I went in there, I think it was last Thursday, and we waited for happy hour so that we could get happy hour appetizers. It was like some kind of food deal, discounted tacos, discounted nachos. So we waited for happy hour. And then the girl was like, do you guys want a drink? And as we went up to the bar to order our food, they had all of these like daiquiri looking dispensers, like strawberry daiquiri, margarita, mango rita, all stuff like that. Oh, the dude just flashed right here for some beads. That's awesome. Anyway, she talked Linda into getting a drink. Neither one of us drink. And so Linda, they gave her this huge drink. She drank like a 0.5 millimeter of the top of it. I was just sitting there looking at her like, why would you even order that? She's like, oh, the girl talked me into it. I was like, that cup is more alcohol than you've probably drank in like a year and a half. So we just had a cup of mango rita or whatever it was, just kind of hanging out with us. And then she ended up leaving it, which happens a lot. Like you could give her a shot glass and she would just nurse it. This is the balcony view. This is the bottom view. Okay, so you see the hot dog stand here? Oh, I thought maybe we could see it from this view too. Maybe it's not even close. I thought it was just right up from it. I think actually it's like looking this way. There's a lot of ghost tours that you can get on there, a lot of cemetery tours. One of my favorite things to do in New Orleans is go on the Cajun airboat tours. That's awesome. It's a little bit outside of this Bourbon Street area. It's about 45 minutes away, hour away. But they'll pick you up on a tour bus, take you down there, do it in a group, then they'll return you. It's pretty cheap. It's like $40, something like that. It's raining in Minnesota. He's pulling into M&H gas station that a lot of people don't usually know about. Holiday is big there. Super America was big there when I lived there. Super America is where I used to go get my like hot frappuccino. I forgot what the actual, it was like mocha chino or something before school. And it was 79 cents and then I'd tip the 20 cents and the dude's like, thanks. I'm like, bro, I'm a high schooler. Like, this is coming out of my babysitting money. I don't have money. I'm on my way to school. But $1 bill was a coffee and a tip. Oh, right here. Everybody's walking with these cups here. These are like these grenade looking drinks that are everywhere in New Orleans. And that's what the streets at the end of the night are just lined with those empty drinks, those grenade drinks. This cruiser right here is in St. Paul. So when I said Minneapolis earlier, probably wrong. They've probably just been in St. Paul most of the night, even though St. Paul and Minneapolis are right next to each other. Like they bleed into one another pretty much. This is the bar that we watch sometimes called Elbow Room. It's in Florida. There's two different views. This is the view where you can see the band in the background. This is the second view. Wow, look at what this dude's wearing. I'm going to guess this dude's European. That was one of my Halloween jokes when I was a little kid. When I go out trick-or-treating, what nationality are you when you're going to the bathroom? European. It got me a lot of candy when I was a little kid. Just filling my pillowcase up. What is this on the bar? Is this? Oh, it's probably like trash. Drinks that are almost done. Oh yeah, these are probably like bar rags, right? I'm 46 years old. I've never been a drinker. I wonder how much money I've saved with that. This dude right here giving up a 20, getting back a couple dollars, and he's like, keep it. Just bleeding 20s all night. He has some tight jeans right here for an older gent. Okay, so you see how this guy's selling roses right here? And then boom, here's him from the other angle. Right here, selling them. It's fun if you watch these cams over long periods of time. You'll see like girls talking to different dudes and then going over to a different group of dudes talking to them. They buy her a drink, then they buy her a drink. in my next life, I want to be the gender that gets free drinks. Oh, right here, this dude's getting kind of handsy. Oh no. He's like, let me tell you a secret. Get a little bit closer. He's like grabbing her head and like pulling it in on the secret. Dude kind of looks like Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers. Oh, he just handed her a drink. I don't know. If I didn't see the bartender hand it. Oh no, he's getting more. Jeremy Reed, where did you go to high school in Minnesota? I went to Woodbury. And it was probably 96. I'm going to guess 96. I went to Woodbury High School, and one of the ways that, so I was living in Colorado. I had a season pass to Eldora, and then the next year I had a season pass to Loveland, kind of the lower budget ski areas. And then my parents were like, they have this place in Minnesota called Afton Alps, and it stays open till 10 p.m. And you could go there right after school and snowboard. And I was like, oh, cool. Hold on. Co-host just showed up right here. This is my kitty cam. Oh, he's all in the kitty cam too. He's trying to be on the mic. Talk to your fans, bro. Talk to your fans. Tell them what you're up to on a Friday night. What have you been doing upstairs? Did you nap after all those treats? Tell them. Tell them. Meow. Meow. I'm a little kitty down here. I'm just a little kitties down here. Oh, yeah. So my parents told me that I could go to a place called Afton Alps. And then my season pass was, I'm not joking, it was like $500. And then the first, I was like, oh, this place is probably going to be awesome. I get there, and as I'm driving to Afton Alps, it's flat. There's like a golf course right outside the turn to Afton Alps. And I was like, wait, what? How is this even going to work? Hold on. This is the cam I'm going to switch to. We'll see if this dude wants to remix the camera a little bit. See, that's why I have a cover on this for him. This is cat proof. You're a good boy, bro. You're a good boy sometimes, eh? Yeah. So my parents told me that they would buy me a season pass to Afton Alps. They got me the season pass. I'm driving there, and it's flat, and I'm like, wait, isn't it supposed to be right around here? And then all of a sudden there was like a valley that you drive down into. That valley was the place that they wanted people to ski and snowboard. So it was like a valley, and they just put a ski lift on it. I used to joke, like, if you hit the jump right, you can land back in the lift line. Jeremy Reed, I was 2118er. Spirit Mountain was closer to me. Awesome. I had some family members that grew up going to Buck Hill, and every time you're on I-35, you look over to the side, and there's this place called Buck Hill, and they had this crazy jump. You remember that Olympic jump where the people would go off and just do all those crazy spins, and then right at the last second, they would land it skiing? Yeah, I'll look it up. Here, you guys watch Minnesota over here. It's raining in Minnesota. Let me see if I can find this. Here, I'll give you some of the sheriff's audio.
More of a firework.
308, the original contest saying the same thing. 100% sure it was a gunshot, just a loud noise.
Well, if we had the shot spotter, we could tell.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, I missed this earlier. Thank you, LEE. Happy birthday month to Linda. Member for 29 months. I'm so sorry I missed that. Thank you so much, Ellie. I'm going to let her know. She's playing pickleball right now, but I will let her know when she gets back. This is my co-host right here. What are you doing?
Darlene, all Minnesota peace officers have received training and get continued training in autism and how to deal with autistic people.
Why the hell is
Buddies right here. They're my buddy.
Why isn't that on our frequency?
Yeah, bro.
St. Anthony's got one. Please.
I'm giving him a little massage on
You
his
guys
head.
copy
Look at this.
St. Anthony's got a flea?
Oh, yeah.
Disregard. Sounds like fleeing on foot. I don't know what channel that was on, though.
It says aired St. Paul West.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think it's continuous, though.
You're a good boy, huh, bro? You're a good boy.
What do you mean?
I don't know if they're continuously broadcasting on
No, but my point is that St. Anthony would normally be on our County West.
Yeah.
Unless they were on. They do have a Hennepin County radio.
He's trying to eat the arm over here.
Anyhow, St. Anthony was chasing somebody on a motorcycle and crashed and fled on foot over there near Snelling at Midway Parkway.
Oh, Snelling. Okay, here's the this thing.
If you
He's
be
like
the cash,
luge.
I'll be the rubber band.
Oh, whoops. So they had one of these off of the side of the hill. I guess this is the long jump guy. Maybe they were practicing that too. But it was just this huge jump like this right off the side of the road in Minnesota. Everybody that drove on the main highway there would just look at this jump like, wow, somebody's actually doing that. Whoa, that's what I'm talking about right there. Where you just spin over and over again, and then right at the last second, you just save your own life and try to land it and not blow out your knees. And so I worked at X Games for over a decade, and that's what it kind of turned into at the end. It was, they had all these athletes that were mainly coming from Asia. You know how like some Asian athletes, like coming from China, coming from South Korea,
Randolph and Snelling.
they'll be learning something from a very young age, to be Cirque du Soleil, to be a gymnast, to be, you know, their families rearing them into something like that. These snowboard kids would show up and they would just go off the jump and just start twirling in the air because they'd been practicing that into an airbag ever since they were a little kid. There's a place here in Colorado. It's called Snowbon. Whenever people come to visit me here, I always take them in and show them. I'll show you just a little bit of what it's like there. So it's called Snowbon. I think Sean White is one of the co-owners. Whoops, I don't want to play their music, but you can learn how to ski or snowboard on these. And basically these are felt. So it's like a felt, it's the word I'm looking for, like conveyor belt. And then it has different degrees of pitch. So you start kind of like this, and then as you get better during the day, you come down like this. The first time I ever saw this was in Japan. They were teaching people how to ski in the mall. But yeah, you can just kind of ski like this on this felt. And even if you fall, it's not that big of a deal. And like this guy is advanced, so they're turning it up really fast. But they have these indoor facilities here in Colorado where you can learn to ski and snowboard like this indoor, like he's snowboarding. But then you can also, on the side, there are huge trampoline areas. And then there are also like these jumps. Okay, this is the one that's here. Well, this is one of the ones. This is in Colorado. I have it flipped. Ski, ride, jump, skate. This is their trampoline area. Off to the right over here. So like you can sit and watch sports and do all that stuff as well. This is the high jump area that you can kind of go off of like a diving board. So what she was just practicing, I was doing that off of this little perch right here. Boom. And you practice like your 360s and your backflips. And they didn't have that when I was a kid. We would just take all of the couch cushions off of our sofa and all the pillows in our house and just do that off the balcony into the pillows. And then people would hit it and then kind of like bounce off into the banister or something. These kids today are so spoiled. And then right here, he has skis that have rollerblade wheels on them. And I've seen kids like this that have the snowboards. Here, I'll show you. So this is a snowboard that has rollerblade wheels, 3 on the back, 3 on the front, and then all down the side, like sometimes rollerblades, sometimes skateboard wheels. They're practicing going off the jumps and then doing the rotations and the spins into airbags. I never was able to do that. We would wait for a powder day where there was more snow and then try a front flip, try to huck a 540. We were doing it like with a lot to risk. These kids are doing it into airbags. And here's what it looks like going down the ramp into the airbag. It's not that you won't get hurt. I mean, the bags are stiff, but way less likely that something's going to happen to you. It's an airbag, so underneath it's like it's got a lot of give. You can still definitely twist your ankles. And you see this stuff off to the right here. So these ramps off to the right, you can take a scooter, you can take a bike, and it's just whoop, 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 whoop all the way back. And then you ride around. And then this back, the area to the right is a skateboard facility that's like that. There are no airbags on the skateboard part. But man, I wish they had this when I was a kid. It would have been a lot easier to learn this way than how I did it. I'm trying to see if there's any kids over here. These look like little kids. When you first get there, you check in at the main front desk, and then there's an iPad there. They make you sign this waiver. I wish I could get a copy of it. It's anything that happens to you in here, we're not responsible. Anything. You fall and your finger gets pushed back, anything. Somebody runs into you, we're not responsible for any injury that you occur in here. And you have to sign that off before they'll let you get on the trampolines, onto any of the courses. They're taking no responsibility for your safety. Which I'm sure I know why that is, but it's just crazy. I think it also said you're responsible for calling the ambulance and the first responders as well. Like the facility isn't even, maybe they'll get involved if it's egregious, but they're like, that's on you. You arrange for the trip to the hospital. Hold on, I'm checking out a couple other cams. This is the Skid Row cam. This is live on Skid Row. Somebody's little, I don't think that's a Chihuahua. Somebody's little dog's right here. Was anybody with me the night that there was a dog like this, but it had a collar that it was dragging and it was running around? I turned the corner and it looked like somebody's dog had gotten away from them. It had a collar. Oh, this one's on a leash right here. And so finally I got the dog, got a hold of the collar, and some dude pops his head out of a tent like at the other end of the block. Hey, that's my dog. And I was scared. I started like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was just loose out here. That was kind of in the same time that I saw Felix. We were driving in Skid Row and this little marmot was crossing the road. And I was like, oh my God, that's a little tuxedo cat. And we pulled over and it was a wild cat and then a wild kitten. And we named it Felix for Felix Chevrolet on Figueroa. But I had dog food and cat food at the time. And so we gave it a little saucer of water and some food. And Felix and his mom both went to town on the food. We never saw Felix again. I never saw his mom again. There were some very healthy rats out there on Skid Row. So hopefully they were eating their fill of rat. But we did see Pioneer Kitty again. We saw this cat at Pioneer Kitty several times. There was one night that Ellie and I went in and I took her to Pioneer Chicken to see if the kitty would be there, and it was there. Did I miss something over here? And then when I was back in July, I pulled into Pioneer Chicken. This is before I even started the stream. And Pioneer Kitty was sitting there in the parking spot. This is like 9 to 10 months after I left, something like that. And so I went in and got it some chicken. I sat and ate with it. And it was just giving me this look like, I know you, but I don't, but I do, but I don't. Links, Jeremy, Levi LaValle was probably after when you were at X Games. No, I definitely remember Levi LaValle. He was doing so they were doing the snowmobile events when I was there. My first year at X Games was 2003, and they've had a contract at Buttermilk in Aspen probably the entire time since then to now. And they were doing every year. So the very first year that I was there, they were doing motocross with studded tires. Let me see if I can find a video of it. Hold on. And it was Brian Deegan. Well, this is the last time. Well, not the last time, but this is when they did it in 2018. I'm just going to show a couple pieces of this because ESPN is so crazy about their content, especially now that Disney owns it. But they had these studded tires. And right here, they're racing up the half pipe, up the middle. But they were doing these crazy tricks. Yeah, they're just going up the pipe. Here, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. So when this happened, there were two brothers. It was Caleb Moore. And this is when, so he was practicing doing a backflip. And so every year at X Games, this was kind of sketchy. So every year they would have us kind of do like a drill of this is what happens if somebody passes away. Because at X Games, the competition was getting crazier and crazier every year. And they knew eventually somebody was probably going to die. the two brothers, they were from Texas. They were professional ATV riders. And I guess their sponsors were like, we also make snowmobiles. Could we send you snowmobiles and see if you could do what you do on ATVs on a snowmobile? So they were practicing into foam pits. Like they were backflipping these snowmobiles and doing all kinds of tricks that they were doing on the ATVs, but they were doing on the snowmobile. He was doing, I think, a front flip, and he ended up landing in front of the snowmobile. And then the snowmobile kind of came behind him and like hit him in the chest area. I'm right on the side when this happened. So right, I think this might even be the one. He flew off in front and the thing hit him. And he kind of grabbed his chest, but it didn't look very bad. And what ended up happening, maybe this is it. He flew in front. It hit his chest, and I guess he had some internal bleeding. I found out within a couple hours that he had passed away and that his family decided to donate his organs because that has to happen like very fast. It ended up that when I was at X Games, because I think that happened on like a Friday night or a Saturday night, all day Sunday, they were saying like, thoughts and prayers for Caleb Moore that he's going to recover. And I was like, how are they already saying that? Oh, that's where it was right there. And just that little thing, his snowmobile hit him in the chest and he had internal bleeding and he died just from that little, like I've seen some very, very bad crashes. But just because the snowmobile hit him, whatever happened internally ended up being fatal. And at the time, people didn't even think this was that bad. They were like, you know, he's going to be fine. It's not that big of a deal because we'd seen some crazy crashes. And his brother was obviously devastated. His brother would come back like the following years, but it wasn't the same. So his brother's name was Colton. These were the two brothers. And so like they were just so close. They did everything together. They were both professional athletes from Texas touring together. I think this is when they do the double backflip. And his brother like threw his feet out the back like a little Indian air type thing. But everybody just felt so bad for his brother. And that was the thing. It was like I worked in PR, so public relations at X Games. And then X Games got acquired by Disney. So Disney doesn't need to take risks on anything. Like they already have all of their money coming in from the cartoons and the merchandise and Disneyland and all of those different things. X Games is like the extreme part of it that they really didn't even want to be that extreme. They're like, we don't need to risk any of this stuff. And then every year as the competitions got bigger and more flips and more distance and all that stuff, they were like, eventually people are going to start dying. And that's what's happening now. And then they try to get ahead of any of the stories to shut down, like, is progression leading to it being more dangerous? What's the limit? Where do you stop building the ramp bigger so that they can go even further? And it, from what I saw and the conversations that I was a part of, these other places would keep making the ramps bigger. If they wouldn't do it in the United States, they'd go to Norway. If you couldn't go to Norway, they'd go to China. There was always somewhere else that they were doing it. And so if people were going to keep pushing the progression, you pretty much had to just be a part of it. Felzu sent you a photo of my next pet. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Hold on. Does anyone want to see Felzu's next pet? I do. That dog in the in your profile picture is so cute. This is it right here. This is Felzu's new adoption. You get free Black Bear Cafe for life. That's super cute. I think I already maybe I already showed this, but there's something I watch where it's like dogs seeing the ocean for the first time. Man, I know this is super copyright strikeable, but I'll just show a little bit of it. This looks like California. That looks like Newport. Oh, that's a cute puppy. When I got this cat that was just on my lap here a little bit ago, we got him in Orange County. He was at the rescue in Orange County. But then we moved to Carlsbad, and he was very young. And so we took him down to the water. There was this little cove area that we knew that even if he got loose, like we had him kind of corralled in this little area. And he loved the water. He loved all the smells. The only thing he didn't like are the little like water sand mites that are kind of crawling out of the sand every once in a while. He didn't dig that. I just love seeing dogs do this where they're just losing it. Like they're having so much fun. They do that in the snow. Some of my friends send me pictures of their dogs in the snow. I love that leap when they just like they have no landing gear down. They're just like flying through the air. That looks like Ireland or Scotland or something. Oh, are they racing? There's a live otter cam. This is actually live right now. This is the nighttime view. I love watching them spin. Like they have a little area in their body that's like a pouch that they keep their favorite rock. It's like their comfort rock. Here, you guys look at this. Let me see if I can find something on that rock. So this is a sea otter. The sea otter shows his favorite rock to a fisherman. And they have a little pouch in their body that's like a little pocket like you'd have on your jeans. And they have their favorite rock. It's usually like a smooth rock. But he's showing him his favorite rock. Oh, it looks like the gopher from Caddyshack. This is what my algorithm's showing. I won't keep scrolling because I don't know what else is going to pop up, but I love watching stuff like this. It knows me. Oh, that's so dangerous. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, I can't watch these. This is how I got a copyright strike last time. The one that got me last time was the guy slapping the lava. That ended up getting the video banned in several territories. Live in San Francisco. That is the Bay Bridge, I'm pretty sure. So the Bay Bridge is on the east side, and then the Golden Gate Bridge is on the west side. This is live at the bar in Florida. But watch, I'm going to scroll back maybe like an hour. This is what was going down an hour ago. Pretty full. This is live. Oh, this dude's had enough right here. What did he hand him? It looks like an otter pop. Oh, he's getting his number. Oh, he works there, elbow room. He's probably just tired. This is dog seeing. I have to break it apart so I don't get the copyright strike, but this is the dog seeing the ocean for the first time again. A Frenchie with a little life jacket on. I mean, this is making a case for why dogs are better than cats. I've had cats my whole life. I've had dogs sporadically, but ever since I was a baby, we've had cats. But this is, oh, I changed it right when it was a Shiba Inu. This is what Felzu's trying to move toward. He wants his own bear. This is the live cam in Alaska. We're seeing all kinds of like UFO things. Those are bugs that are showing up on their LiDAR. But this was an hour ago. We should save up and get Felzu a bear costume and he can just go out and be our live cam out there. I like this because right here they stand and then they fish. This is some of these bears look so old. This is what made us look up Showbiz Pizza with Billy Bob. Some of these bears just look like they have 200,000 miles on them. They're like, and they're so well fed that these seagulls don't care at all. They're just like, oh, we're not in danger. Oh, you did back up. He's like, oh, wait, you're not even seeing it. This seagull, he turned around and looked at it and it backed up like, oh, hey, hey, hey. Michael Simpson, whatever your boyfriend would complain about the other guy, yuck, 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 yuck. What up, Heather? Not the probe again. Vancouver Aquarium has the otter cam, fun to watch. There's two different otter cams I have on here. I think this is Vancouver. This is Seattle Aquarium. So if I go back, this one's actually pretty good when it's firing. This is Seattle Aquarium. Not a lot of action today. And this was the other one. And this is live. This is Homeboy just doing little turns right here. Oh, it's not even going to let me go back. This is the Vancouver one. He's pushing around his little balloon. There's an aquarium here in Denver. It's called the Denver Aquarium, so it's easy to remember. They had two, or I think it was not a white tiger. They had a regular tiger. They have otters. They have all kinds of fish. They used to throw in watermelon like a full size watermelon for the cats to play with, and the tigers would like play with it in the water. Then they'd take it on shore and crush it and just eat the watermelon. Pretty cool. All these dudes are like settling in for the night right here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go make a snack and then go to bed. I'm playing in a pickleball tournament tomorrow. Pretty early, not as early as the one a couple weeks ago, but it starts at 9 and it's about 45 minutes away. So I'm going to get a good 8 hours of sleep, get all my stuff ready, and then I'm not sure what's going to go on tomorrow night. I'm not sure if I'm going to go out and cruise or if I'm going to do a home stream. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to see how I feel after pickleball. Thank you all for hanging out with me. This was a fun Friday night. Please come back and hang out with me tomorrow night, which is Saturday. I'm not sure what we're going to have on the agenda, but we'll do something fun. It's great to see everybody. R.A. Clark, J.K., Heather, Waves of the World is in here. What up, Waves? Pamela, Golden Age, G.H., Jack, T. Lucero, Michael Simpson, Felzu, Warlocket's in here. What up, Warlocket? Thank you so much for all the good vibes. Thank you, Ellie, for the gifted subs. Thanks, everybody, for being a member on my channel. I really appreciate it. And just everybody keeping it cool tonight. I really appreciate that. I will see you tomorrow night, and it might be in the car. It might be in my Jeep. It might be in the Tesla. It might be here in the studio bedroom. I'm not sure yet. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I'll see you soon. Please leave comments and enjoy Waves of the World. Coming at you right now.